In this heartfelt video, we honor legendary wrestlers who have celebrating their incredible contributions to wrestling. Their passion, talent, and dedication left an everlasting impact on fans and the sport itself. We also discuss emotional news about Stephanie McMahon, a beloved icon, whose recent developments have deeply touched fans worldwide. Join us as we reflect on their legacies, share cherished memories, and celebrate their remarkable lives. Subscribe to keep their inspiring stories alive and never forgotten. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, born February 8, 1955, in Tampa, Florida, was a towering figure in professional wrestling, celebrated for his raw power, charisma, and role as one half of the legendary Hart Foundation tag team alongside Bret the Hitman Hart. Neidhart burst onto the WWF scene in the early 1980s, quickly making a name for himself with his imposing physique, trademark mustache, and tough, no-nonsense persona. His blend of brute strength and surprising agility made him a standout competitor and a fan favorite. As part of the Hart Foundation, Neidhart helped define an era of tag team wrestling, capturing multiple WWF Tag Team Championships and becoming a key player in one of wrestling's most memorable and successful partnerships. His chemistry with Bret Hart inside the ring was electric, combining technical skill with sheer power that thrilled audiences worldwide. However, Neidhart's career was not without struggles. Like many wrestlers of his generation, he faced intense physical wear and tear, suffering numerous injuries, especially to his back and knees, yet he persisted in delivering high-level performances. Beyond the physical toll, Neidhart battled personal challenges, including substance abuse issues, which he openly confronted later in life. After stepping away from the WWF, Neidhart remained a respected presence in wrestling, making occasional appearances and staying connected to the wrestling community. His legacy lives on strongly, especially through his daughter, Natalya, a WWE superstar who carries on the Hart family tradition. Tragically, due to a fatal brain hemorrhage caused by a head injury from a fall at his Florida home, his sudden sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. Remembered for his contributions to tag team wrestling and his indomitable spirit, Jim the Anvil Neidhart's impact continues to inspire wrestlers and fans alike. Chris Travis, born on December 16, 1983, was a highly talented British professional wrestler renowned for his dynamic in-ring style and lasting impact on the independent wrestling scene. Throughout his career, he made a name for himself, competing in notable promotions such as Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, PWG, Insane Championship Wrestling, ICW, and several others, where his blend of athleticism and charisma consistently captivated fans. Starting his wrestling journey in the early 2000s, Travis quickly rose through the ranks by showcasing a unique combination of high-flying maneuvers and technical skill. His matches were often marked by intense rivalries and memorable moments that highlighted his versatility and passion for the sport. This combination helped him build a strong following and establish himself as a significant figure within the UK wrestling community. Despite his promising career, Chris Travis faced a devastating challenge when he was diagnosed with cancer. Demonstrating incredible strength and resilience, he fought the disease privately while still dedicating himself to wrestling and inspiring others in the industry. Sadly, Travis leaving behind a legacy that transcended his time in the ring. Chris Travis is remembered not only for his impressive wrestling talent, but also for his kind-hearted nature and unwavering support for fellow wrestlers and fans alike. His commitment to the sport and the people within it continues to inspire aspiring wrestlers and enthusiasts around the world. Though his career was brief, the impact he made remains significant, and his memory lives on through the stories shared by those who knew him and the performances that left lasting impressions on wrestling audiences. Chris Travis's passion for wrestling and his courageous fight off the ring ensure that his legacy will be celebrated for years to come. Liga Rivera, born October 30th, 1986, was a cherished American professional wrestler and Twitch streamer whose sudden passing on October 22nd, 2024, just days before his 38th birthday, deeply saddened the wrestling community. Trained by the respected Jesse Hernandez, Rivera began his wrestling career in 2001 and quickly became a standout figure in California's wrestling scene, especially with the Empire Wrestling Federation, EWF. Throughout his career, Rivera captured multiple titles in EWF, including the American, Cruiserweight, and Tag Team Championships. Notably, he formed the popular tag team Famous for Fearless alongside T.J. Perkins, showcasing a thrilling blend of high-flying athleticism and charisma that won over fans. Rivera's dynamic in-ring style, combined with his vibrant personality and quick wit, made him a beloved figure not only among fans, but also within the wrestling locker room. Rivera's talents extended beyond the U.S., as he also competed in Mexico and appeared on National Wrestling Alliance (NWA) television tapings in Los Angeles. Wrestling under the masked identity Bat Manuel, he displayed versatility and creativity, further cementing his reputation as a skilled performer. His friends and peers, including R.J. Santos and Saul Serial Man, remembered Rivera fondly for his warmth, dedication, and the laughter he brought to every encounter. The Empire Wrestling Federation honored Rivera's memory with a heartfelt tribute, celebrating him as a trailblazer and champion inside and outside the ring. WWE Raw General Manager Adam Pearce also expressed his condolences, praising Rivera as a true pleasure to work with. Though the exact cause of Rivera's passing remains unknown, it was reported that he had been hospitalized in a medically induced coma. His legacy as a fearless wrestler, devoted friend, and joyful spirit will continue to inspire and be treasured by all who knew him. Andre the Giant, born André René Roussimoff on May 19, 1946, in Grenoble, France, remains one of the most iconic figures in professional wrestling history. Towering at 7 feet 4 inches and weighing over 500 pounds, Andre earned the nickname the Eighth Wonder of the World due to his extraordinary size, which was caused by acromegaly, a hormonal disorder that leads to abnormal growth. Andre began his wrestling career in the early 1960s and quickly became a global sensation. He competed in numerous wrestling promotions, most notably the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, which is now known as WWE. During the 1980s wrestling boom, Andre was a central figure, captivating audiences with his unique combination of size, strength, and personality. His legendary rivalry with Hulk Hogan culminated in one of wrestling's most unforgettable moments at WrestleMania 3 in 1987. In that match, Andre was famously body-slammed by Hogan, a moment that became a defining symbol of professional wrestling and helped elevate the sport's popularity worldwide. Outside the ring, Andre also found success in Hollywood. He is fondly remembered for his role as Fezzik, the gentle giant in the beloved 1987 film The Princess Bride, where his warmth and charm won over audiences beyond wrestling fans. Despite his enormous stature and fame, Andre was known for his kindness and gentle nature, endearing him to fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Sadly, Andre the Giant. His legacy, however, continues to live on, celebrated as a pioneering icon who left an indelible mark on both the world of wrestling and popular culture. Billy Two Rivers, born on May 5, 1935, was a pioneering professional wrestler and a dedicated indigenous rights activist. A proud member of the Mohawk Nation, Two Rivers began his wrestling career in the late 1950s, quickly standing out for his dynamic style and athletic ability. His indigenous heritage was a defining aspect of his wrestling persona, as he incorporated traditional cultural elements into his performances, bringing authenticity and pride to the ring. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Billy Two Rivers wrestled across major North American promotions, including the National Wrestling Alliance (NWA) and the World Wrestling Federation (WWF). He gained widespread popularity not only for his impressive in-ring skills, but also for his magnetic charisma and connection with fans. Competing against many top wrestlers of his era, Two Rivers earned respect within the wrestling community for his professionalism and unique presence. Outside the ring, Billy Two Rivers was a passionate advocate for indigenous rights and cultural preservation. After retiring from wrestling, he dedicated himself to raising awareness about the challenges faced by indigenous peoples, using his public platform to promote respect, understanding, and equality. His activism helped shine a light on important social issues affecting indigenous communities, inspiring others to honor their roots and stand up for their rights. Billy Two Rivers, leaving behind a lasting legacy that bridges sports and social justice. Remembered not only as a talented wrestler, but also as a courageous champion for indigenous peoples, he paved the way for future generations to celebrate their heritage proudly. His life and work remain a powerful testament to the impact one individual can have both inside and outside the wrestling ring. William Alvin Moody, better known as Paul Bearer, was born on April 10, 1954, in Mobile, Alabama. He became one of professional wrestling's most unforgettable managers and personalities, primarily remembered for his work in WWE, alongside iconic superstars like The Undertaker and Kane. With his ghostly pale makeup, eerie urn, and haunting presence, Paul Bearer crafted a character that was both chilling and captivating, leaving a lasting mark on wrestling history. Moody's journey in wrestling began in the 1970s, initially serving as a referee before stepping into the role of a manager. Adopting the name Paul Bearer, he quickly established himself with a dark, theatrical style that perfectly complemented the supernatural personas of the wrestlers he managed. His partnership with The Undertaker in the early 1990s was especially significant, elevating both men to superstardom. Paul Bearer's high-pitched, suspense-filled promos added layers of mystery and drama to The Undertaker's character, helping to build some of the most memorable storylines in WWE. Beyond his iconic work with The Undertaker, Paul Bearer's vocal skills and storytelling ability made him a standout manager who could evoke strong emotions from the audience. His promos were full of suspense, fear, and intrigue, which helped turn ordinary matches into gripping narratives. He later managed other wrestlers like Kane, further cementing his role as a key figure in WWE's darker, more theatrical side. Paul Bearer's influence extended beyond WWE as he also appeared in WCW and independent promotions, showcasing his dedication to wrestling. But his legacy endures. Paul Bearer remains a beloved icon, remembered for his unique character, emotional storytelling, and his pivotal role in shaping the careers of wrestling legends. His impact continues to resonate with fans worldwide, securing his place as a true legend of professional wrestling. Nicole Bass, born on August 10, 1964, was an influential American professional wrestler best known by her ring name, Nicole Bass. Rising to prominence in the 1990s, she carved out a memorable place in wrestling history thanks to her remarkable size, strength, and athletic ability. Before stepping into the wrestling world, Nicole enjoyed a successful career as a model. Her commanding presence and natural charisma helped her stand out in the competitive modeling industry. However, it was her transition to professional wrestling that truly defined her legacy. Nicole made her wrestling debut in the mid-1990s, competing in various promotions including the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW. Her imposing stature and raw power quickly made her a force to be reckoned with inside the ring. Nicole Bass was known for her intense, powerful wrestling style and a persona that was larger than life. She often found herself in storylines and matches that highlighted her physical dominance and determination to succeed. At a time when women's wrestling was still fighting for equal respect and recognition, Nicole's presence helped elevate the sport, proving that female wrestlers could deliver performances that were just as compelling and physically demanding as their male peers. Off the mat, Nicole was a passionate advocate for health and fitness. She inspired many fans by dedicating herself to maintaining a strong and healthy lifestyle, becoming a role model for those who admired her strength and perseverance. Tragically, Nicole Bass. Despite her untimely, she left behind a lasting legacy as a trailblazer for women in wrestling and a beloved figure whose impact is still felt by fans and wrestlers alike. Big Van Vader, born Leon Allen White on May 14, 1955, was one of professional wrestling's most formidable and unforgettable figures. Towering at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing over 450 pounds, Vader combined incredible size with surprising agility, making him a dominant force in the ring. His powerful presence and intense, hard-hitting style earned him legendary status across major wrestling promotions such as New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. Vader's rise began in the late 1980s in NJPW, where he captured the prestigious IWGP Heavyweight Championship 3 times. His success followed him to WCW, where he won multiple World Heavyweight Championships and engaged in memorable feuds with iconic wrestlers like Sting, Ric Flair, and Cactus Jack. Vader was celebrated not only for his size and strength, but also for his unusual agility, which allowed him to perform moves that most big men in wrestling could not. Despite his impressive career, Vader's intense in-ring style took a heavy toll on his body. Years of physical punishment led to chronic injuries and health complications. In 2016, he was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, a serious condition that worsened due to the strain his body endured over decades. Sadly, Vader, due to complications related to his heart condition, his was deeply felt throughout the wrestling community. Fans, fellow wrestlers, and his family, including his son, Jesse White, mourned the loss of a trailblazer who redefined what a big man could do in the ring. Despite his health struggles later in life, Big Van Vader's legacy endures as one of wrestling's most powerful and inspiring figures, influencing generations of wrestlers and fans worldwide. On a crisp autumn day, September 24, 1976, in the quiet city of Hartford, Connecticut, Stephanie Marie McMahon Levac entered a world already electrified by the roar of wrestling crowds and the pulse of sports entertainment. Born to Vince McMahon, the towering architect of WWE's global empire, and Linda McMahon, a formidable businesswoman and public servant, Stephanie was immersed from the start in a lineage steeped in wrestling royalty. Her family's influence stretched back 4 generations, a dynasty built on passion, grit, and an uncanny ability to captivate millions. Stephanie grew up enveloped in the hum of backstage chatter, the flash of cameras, and the thundering footsteps of wrestlers preparing for battle. The McMahon family legacy wasn't just a backdrop, it was a living, breathing force that shaped her identity. The sprawling McMahon world, from the offices lined with championship belts to the thunderous arenas, was her playground and her proving ground. Foundations of strength, education, and early influences. Stephanie's upbringing was as disciplined as it was glamorous. She attended the esteemed Greenwich Country Day School and later Greenwich High School, where the foundations of her leadership and communication skills began to take root. A bright and focused student, Stephanie went on to earn a communications degree at Boston University, a decision reflecting her innate understanding of storytelling, a skill crucial to the world of professional wrestling. In 2019, Stephanie returned to the academic arena, attending Robert Morris University to further sharpen her business acumen. Standing at an elegant 1.75 meters, she was as commanding in presence as she was in spirit, a natural leader, whether commanding the WWE ring or navigating the boardroom. In the spotlight and behind the curtain, a multifaceted WWE career. Stephanie's career in WWE reads like a novel of ambition, power, and resilience. She made her mark as an on-screen talent during some of WWE's most iconic eras, the rebellious Attitude Era and the electrifying Ruthless Aggression Era. As a former WWE Women's Champion, Stephanie's storylines weren't mere entertainment, they were gripping narratives filled with drama, tension, and emotional stakes that drew millions to their screens. Her on-screen persona evolved from corporate authority figure to fierce competitor, creating unforgettable moments that blurred the lines between fiction and reality. From heated rivalries to jaw-dropping betrayals, Stephanie was a fixture in storylines that defined WWE's storytelling landscape. But her true influence extended far beyond the camera's gaze. Stephanie climbed WWE's corporate ladder with steady determination, taking on roles that shaped the company's future. As Executive Vice President of Creative Development and Operations, she masterminded creative directions and operational strategies that propelled WWE to new heights. Later, as Chief Brand Officer, CBO, she was the visionary behind global partnerships and philanthropic initiatives, most notably Connor's Cure, a heartfelt campaign supporting pediatric cancer research inspired by a young fan's battle. Love and legacy, a family intertwined with wrestling. Stephanie's personal and professional lives have long been entwined, most notably through her marriage to Paul Triple H Levesque in 2003. Their union symbolized the fusion of two of wrestling's most influential forces. Together, they are parents to three daughters, Aurora Rose, Murphy Claire, and Vaughn Evelyn, whom they lovingly reference as the future torchbearers of the McMahon wrestling dynasty. Their partnership transcends the ring and boardroom. It is a shared vision for WWE's evolution and an enduring commitment to its legacy. The couple's dynamic leadership style, blending creative flair and strategic insight, has been instrumental in shaping WWE's trajectory in the 21st century. A turbulent exit and a dramatic return. The years following 2020 marked a period of upheaval for Stephanie. In May 2022, after decades of unwavering dedication, she surprised the wrestling world by announcing a leave of absence to prioritize her family. The news rippled through WWE's fan base and corporate circles alike, a quiet moment of vulnerability in an otherwise powerhouse career. Yet the calm was short-lived. Just weeks later, Vince McMahon's sudden resignation amid serious allegations and a federal investigation thrust Stephanie back into the eye of the storm. Appointed interim chairwoman and co-CEO alongside Nick Khan, Stephanie's leadership was immediately tested by internal chaos and external scrutiny. Ability and hoe. Her return was a masterclass in steadying the ship amid turbulent seas. Under her stewardship, WWE began to regain a measure of stability and hope. However, the saga took another twist in January 2023, when Vince McMahon's controversial re-entry onto WWE's board prompted Stephanie's official resignation. Citing a desire to focus on family and new ventures, Stephanie's departure fueled speculation of deeper familial conflicts, whispers of a power struggle hidden beneath corporate pleasantries. The quiet return, a shadow leader. Amid WWE's storm, fast forward to 2025, and Stephanie McMahon has once again emerged, this time in a subtler, unofficial capacity. Though without formal title or public announcement, she has re-entered WWE's inner workings behind the scenes. This enigmatic return coincides with another volatile chapter in WWE's history, igniting rampant speculation about her motives and influence. Is Stephanie positioning herself as a stabilizing force amid chaos? Or is this the prelude to a renewed battle for control? The wrestling world watches with bated breath as the McMahon saga continues to unfold. Wrestling with challenges. WWE's current landscape. Stephanie's return is set against a backdrop of significant challenges threatening WWE's future. The company faces headwinds on multiple fronts. 1. Vince McMahon's resurgent influence and power struggles. Despite previous controversies and forced retirements, Vince McMahon's reemergence, especially after WWE's blockbuster merger with UFC under the TKO Holdings umbrella, has reignited backstage tensions. His shadow looms large over creative decisions, breeding unease among executives and wrestlers alike. Stephanie's unofficial return is viewed by many as a counterweight to Vince's expanding sway. Yet, some fear it could exacerbate existing power dynamics, risking another fracturing of WWE's leadership structure. 2. Morale in the locker room, a troubled pulse. Behind the glitz, WWE's locker room has reportedly experienced a decline in morale. Roster members have voiced frustration over inconsistent storylines, abrupt layoffs following the TKO merger, and a less nurturing environment compared to the era when Stephanie and Triple H wielded creative control. Known for her empathy and genuine concern for talent, Stephanie's involvement could be the key to mending fractured relationships, if granted sufficient authority to effect change. 3. Rising competition and wrestling's expanding horizon. WWE no longer enjoys unchallenged dominance. AEW has carved out a distinct niche, attracting fans and wrestlers with fresh energy and innovative storytelling. Meanwhile, promotions like New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, and international leagues across Mexico and Europe grow their footholds. Stephanie's marketing savvy and brand-building prowess might prove pivotal if WWE aims to maintain its leading role in this rapidly evolving global wrestling ecosystem. The question remains whether her unofficial status will empower her to enact meaningful strategic shifts. Whispers and speculation, the rumor mill. Churns. Stephanie's understated return has sparked a whirlwind of rumors within wrestling circles and the media. Secret plans to reclaim control. Industry insiders suggest Stephanie and Triple H could be quietly forging alliances, strategizing to reclaim former leadership roles, especially as TKO Holdings contemplates distancing itself from Vince's contentious legacy. Involvement in WWE's corporate future. Though WWE's merger with UFC under TKO Holdings is recent, chatter persists about potential sales or restructuring. Some speculate Stephanie's return is linked to future corporate negotiations, possibly involving entertainment giants like Disney or Comcast, shaping creative vision from the shadows. Observers note Stephanie's historic success in advancing women's wrestling and youth marketing. Her presence could herald a renewed creative push, focusing on inclusivity, community outreach, and revitalizing the brand's storytelling. Fans especially hold hope for a renaissance of WWE's women's division, recalling Stephanie's instrumental role in the Women's Evolution, a transformative period that elevated female wrestlers to unprecedented prominence. The divided fan base, passion and skepticism, collide reactions to Stephanie's comeback are as vibrant and varied as the WWE fan base itself. On one side stand ardent supporters who view her as the beacon of stability and progress. a leader who embodies WWE's future with inclusivity, creativity, and respect for talent. Hashtags like #Welcome Back Stephanie flood social media, reflecting excitement and renewed optimism. Conversely, skeptics fear her return could reopen old wounds, reigniting backstage conflicts during a time when WWE desperately needs unity and clear leadership. The hashtag #WWE drama trends alongside debates over whether Stephanie's presence signals constructive change or renewed turmoil.